Pull up a stool and pour yourself a pint as you're about to join three intrepid drinkers, Kevin, Justin, and Mark, as they embark on another Beertastic voyage.
It's Pride Month, you know.
It is Pride Month, true. Fact. Yeah.
Keep going?
Yeah, I guess. Why not?
Sure, okay.
Yeah, why not?
Hi, everybody, and welcome to another episode of Beertastic Voyage. Once again, I am Mark.
I am Justin, and Kevin looks different.
My name's Brian.
Oh,
that explains it.
Brian, did you eat Kevin?
Yes, twice.
Just checking. Just checking. Consumed his beard power and spit it out even further.
But I didn't collect the soul, that's why it's still red.
Ah, gotcha. So, anyway.
You've used that one before.
Yeah. Not my hair color, though.
This, everybody, is Bryan Malone. It's one of our friends from LIBME, a new member that superfan Greg Kelly and I basically attacked and forced to join. And he's now been Munchausen into loving LIBME and everything beer.
And he was kind enough to join us on this day where Kevin was unable to, and he brought homebrew for us to drink as well. So, and also, by the way, for anybody keeping track, this is the gentleman that brought us back the sack of beer from North Carolina.
Yeah. We have some of that coming up. We're going to record today. We're going to record some of the Yeehaw beers. I'm very excited about that. I wish they would have some kind of other fucked up shit on the label on those Yeehaw beers. We can talk about that in an episode. I have ideas on how they could really just play up the whole Yeehaw thing. I also wish it was called Hee-Haw and they played the show on loop the way that Tap and Barrel does with Big Lebowski. Yeah. All right. Back to your homebrew.
So they're more of a family-friendly brewery.
Oh, really?
Yeah, more of like a vacation-style spot. You know.
So basically, and I'm drawing a blank on the name of the brewery now, but the ones that Joanne and Taylor got us with the Shotgun Betty.
Yeah.
I don't remember what the hell the name of the brewery was.
No, me neither. So, this we're drinking first is your what?
Chocolate coconut.
Chocolate coconut porter?
Your brewing
Brew
duel?
Yeah.
Yeah, this was the brew duel with
The
Steve.
loser.
Yeah, this was the loser.
Yeah.
I enjoy this. I remember enjoying this beer before. It's interesting. So, how did you put the coconut in there? Explain the process, what you did.
So I just brewed it was mostly, so it was Caramel 60, 2-row, special roast for primary fermentation. I did Black Prince, cold steep on the stove, just for the color, and I didn't want to get much astringency out of it. Actually, no, I didn't use Black Prince. I used chocolate malt.
Oh, okay.
Thinking about the black IPA. But I cold steeped it to try to get most of the chocolate flavor out of it. And then after like 3 weeks, I did secondary with cocoa nibs and flaked toasted coconut. That sat for about a month in secondary. I kind of forgot about it, just kind of left it there. I brewed it, a month in advance, or like 2 months in advance from the actual brew duel. So I was like, screw it, just leave it in there. It'll get better with time, right? And
Sometimes that works out well. Sometimes the airlock runs dry, and then you're like, fuck.
It's like down in my basement every day at a time. Once a week I did laundry.
Oh yeah,
check it
out.
Yeah. And then I happened to have a pellicle seem like on top of this, but
That was one of my favorite text messages of all time.
yeah.
I'm in Philadelphia and I get a text message. Is this okay? I'm like, no, that's not okay.
Yeah.
I mean, it'll be okay. Everything's going to be fine. And then I'm like, did you sanitize the coconut? You're like, yeah, it's 7%. Everything will be fine. And all I can think to myself is, when's the last time you saw 7% rubbing alcohol being used in the hospital? Like, you should ask Maggie about that one first.
Yeah, no, I've only been brewing for 14 months. My first time doing secondary also.
That's fine.
But
listen, we all make big fuck-ups like that.
This has been in the bottle for over a month now, and it didn't explode. So I don't think actually anything got really infected, because it doesn't taste sour. It doesn't have any real off flavors that weren't there.
You never know what the bug was. I mean, it could have been anything. Yeah. So
we're drinking it now.
Yeah.
So.
I think I get like a little bit of, and like, I'm not trying to shit on it. I get like a little bit of maybe like a butteriness on the finish.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm trying to
maybe is related.
Yeah, no, I have there's brown sugar in it, 2 pounds brown sugar for 10 gallons.
I'm thinking that could be there, but I'm also thinking it's possible that the coconut may kind of give off that maybe a little suntan.
Oh, you think it's like the coconut oil?
Yeah.
That's possible too.
Yeah. I'm speaking of that.
I don't really like. I don't taste the coconut very strongly, but it has a nice chocolate flavor.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. When this was fresh, the chocolate was really, really coming through amazing. It kind of getting more towards the coffee aspect now as it sits. I really wanted to let this bottle sit for like a year, 2 years, and then open it. But you guys invited me here, so I figured I'd crack it open. It's my last one, so
I appreciate it.
Dude, it's really good. It's pretty. What I enjoy about it is the mouthfeel, especially the creaminess. Not like the weight of it on my tongue, but when I swallow it, it gives you the like a viscosity that really gets all the flavors as I'm swallowing it.
It took second place in spiced and fruit vegetable and the beer competition. So.
I judged this.
Yeah.
It's funny that I didn't know it was yours either, because I'm like, man, whose is this? It didn't even occur to me that it was from the duel. Like that, that day was such a complete mind fuck. I couldn't remember anything.
The competition?
Yeah.
Yeah.
People coming over like, where's my judge? What happened to him? I'm like, I don't know. He fell off a cliff. Find someone else. Just get someone. Are they breathing? Can they write? Use them.
Conscript.
Yeah, exactly.
I had one more beer that I was going to bring, but I asked the wife. She's like, "No, we're holding on to that one." So sorry, guys.
That's okay. Maggie can overrule us anytime. That's no big deal at all.
It's a lemon wheat beer that I made a while back for my friend's wedding.
I did get to have some of that. That was pretty tasty.
That one took third.
Yeah.
In that competition.
Which one is that?
Lemon wheat. It's a lemon drop hops, 50% wheat, and two-row or pilsner. I think I did 50 pilsner, 50 two-row.
Okay. All right. Yeah, I remember you talking about it. I think I abstained from tasting it though.
Yeah, with the lemon. Yeah, you're not the. Both Mark and I are not fans of lemon. Mark is much more aggressively hates lemon.
I was making a crowd pleaser for the wedding.
I'm sure it was.
I
Yeah.
went through 10 gallons over my friend's wedding. So, and there was obviously people drinking everything else too.
Yes.
It was nice to have everybody coming up to me like, "How did you make this? You made this? Wait a minute!" And I'm like, "Yeah, no, we made it in the backyard."
Yeah, I always tell people
In my bathtub.
I tell people in my bathtub or in my toilet. Those are the two things I tell them I use.
Pronounced turlet.
Turlet, right? Yeah, well, especially the fancy ones you use for fermenting are definitely called turlet. While we're finishing up the last bit of this, because I want to enjoy it. Can you tell us a little bit like why and how you started brewing?
Same friend's wedding. He had an engagement party. One of his friends brewed a beer for that. I think it was an Oktoberfest. It was in September. He forgot a ball lock fitting, and I lived next to Brew and Beyond when he was up here in Calverton. And I was like, "Oh, I'll go grab that for you because it's around the block from my house." Before I show up, go in there. I was like, "Look at this, it's pretty cool. I could probably do this." That was in September, and he was like, "Sure, just come in and we can make you a light beer." Because I like light beer. I still do. I still like trash beer.
There's nothing wrong with it.
No.
Turns out they're actually pretty hard to brew.
Yes.
And well, at least. But so I went in there, got that. The wife put me down on the mailing list. So then I was starting getting emails from him like, maybe I'll show up to one of these events. That's where I met you.
Yep.
Went in there, got stuff, and then the wife said, if you buy any equipment now, I'll kill you because I'm buying you for Christmas. Because that's generally how I roll.
I can hear her say it. Like, in my head, I'm like, that's probably about right.
So she bought me like the advanced kit with like glass carboy and stuff like that, and I got a cream ale like extract kit. Did that. Turned out great. My friend's actually in a relationship now because of that beer. Sitting down in the basement drinking it, and then they wound up canoodling.
I feel like you need to, like, if they get married, you have to rebrew that beer and name it canoodling.
Yes.
Yeah.
4 a.m. And I was like, where do you guys probably go now? Because I wound up boiling up so much that the alcohol content was supposed to be like 4 or 5 or something.
Oh, so it was like 7?
Yeah. Which everybody was like, how are we getting so up off this? Sorry, cursing.
Don't you can curse all you want.
Fine.
Yeah,
It's
no.
fine.
Yeah, we're listed as explicit because I grew up on a fishing boat.
Not a big cursor, but
Yeah.
After that, I did 2 or 3 more extract batches, and then I switched to all grain. I did like direct fire recirculation, and then I brewed because the wife told me you're basically making box cake. You're using kits of somebody else's stuff. So I was like, all right, going all grain now, and started doing my own recipes.
It's pretty funny that she like pushed you on.
She was like, why are you being such a bitch? Like,
Yeah.
$3,000 later in equipment.
Right.
And now she's still mad about that.
Yeah. See, you should have kept your mouth shut.
Yeah, I felt the same way. Like when I was going to start brewing, I literally never brewed an extract batch. And that's not because I look down on it. I think that brewing, however you brew is totally fine. But like the way my mind works and the way that I get satisfaction out of stuff is I want it to be my recipe. I don't even even if I see a recipe in a magazine or a book, I always change it.
Yeah,
I don't
same.
know why. I just feel compelled to make sure that it's not exactly the same thing that was done there. It's just the way that I am.
Yeah, I like looking at published recipes as an idea, and then I'll still formulate it myself. I agree with you. Like, I never want to be like, oh, that sounds pretty good. I will brew this exactly.
Yeah, it's the only time I ever did that was actually for Chopped. I took the brown ale recipe right out of his Zymurgy. It was actually fantastic. It worked out great. The base was phenomenal, and as everyone knows, the final beer was shit. But the beginning part was really good. So I don't know. There's definitely something to be said for following a tried and true recipe. I just can't do it.
I've never done it. Like the black IPA is technically Michael Dawson's, like neck tattoo or whatever. It says evil.
Yeah.
As the basis, but can't get a couple of grains, so like I changed it around to like Black Prince, and then the hops I changed a little bit too. So it's his base recipe, but I wouldn't say it's the same beer.
Yeah, we're doing the same thing for the hot dog beer that we're going to do for Craft Classic. We're kind of starting with the Croydon is burning kind of idea, like a Rausch beer, and then we dialed back the smoke for some reasons. And
To let the hot dog character come through.
yeah,
there.
I was concerned the smoke part would just blow the hot dogs right out.
He's not kidding.
How often you hear the
not
word
even
hot
a little.
dog getting blown
Yeah.
out? Just,
It's not even. I wish. As I'm saying it, I die a little inside.
yeah, no, you just watch the guy in line swallows whole hot dogs.
Oh yeah.
LA Beast.
Yes.
Yeah.
So
Oh, yeah. That reminds me, you'll have no reference, but I know you will.
yeah.
Yesterday, Mickey and the Roadster Racers was on. And, during the opening credit sequence when Goofy jumps in his car and then he sprays water and Pete's hot dogs get wet,
Yeah.
Dorothy was like, why is Pete sad that his hot dogs got wet? I'm like, well, nobody likes eating wet hot dogs, honey, except for competitive eaters, but that's a different story altogether.
I love that we say things like that to our kids. I had not a conversation about hot dogs, but I said something similar to Jake the other day, which was like more information than he was needing, and then the whole rest of the car I was like him trying to repeat the words that I just said, which were really complicated. So I'm like, that's not how you say it. Then how do you say it? We just kept going back and forth. So 2 years from now, we'll still be working on it. All right, what do you got next for us?
We're doing black IPA.
Oh, yeah?
Yes.
This one should be carved correctly.
Would you like to play with the toy?
No, thank you.
Okay.
I watch the old guys use it all the time on the internet.
Yeah, that's where we got it from.
Oh, it's not what YouTube.
Oh, very funny,
Yeah,
very
no,
funny.
yeah.
I don't think I'm that much older than you.
I am.
31.
Yeah, I'm 35. It's not that bad.
No,
I'm 38.
you could be my brother.
I decided I stopped at 38. Is that okay with you? If I just stop at 38?
So you're Madonna or something like that?
Pretty much. That's how I'm looking at it. Oh, Jesus. It's on my pants.
That's what she said.
Yeah. Well, thank you. That's usually what I say.
It just comes out so naturally.
My favorite part about black IPA is you look at it, and obviously it looks like a stout, and then you smell it, and your brain kind of, I knew it was coming, and my brain still goes, what the fuck? Like, Wow.
That was a tasty one.
Yeah, I hope you kept some of this back.
I do have some of it. I'm trying to find a competition to put it in, but there's nothing really around right now.
There's a lot going on right now.
I missed the cutoff for a lot of them, and now the other ones, like, some of them are for like state fairs and stuff like that, and you have to be a resident state. I'm like, all right, that doesn't work for me.
Really? It's like Indiana State Fair is coming up, and you don't have to be a resident. It's one of the largest homebrew competitions in the world.
All right, I gotta enter that one.
Yeah, 1,200 entries or something
Yeah.
like that.
That or
New Jersey State Fair is coming up too.
the cutoff for that might have happened already.
I think it was Friday.
But the two New England competitions.
Well, it's September and October.
Yeah.
There's Scuba, which is the northern one, and then there's Snark, which is at Two Roads.
I feel like this one's going to age decently well because the hops didn't come, like the bitterness isn't all there that I really wanted. Just because there is some mouthfeel still left. I kind of wanted to be a little more hop in it, but it's technically perfectly balanced. It's 6.5 and 6.5, ABV, so it should be perfect.
Yeah, you got a moderate bitterness, like on the back.
Yeah, and
you get malt character up front.
It has some pininess too, but it's not like. It's definitely not like the dank, harsh resininess.
Yeah, that's why I'm afraid of that. I'm going to get dinged for that because people that
Because it doesn't have that?
Yeah, because people that are judging IPAs, they feel like they want an IPA. Like, this is like your old school non-West Coast style IPA.
But I think a black, I mean, again, I'm literally have never looked into this further than the thought that I'm having right now. But I think for black IPA, I think that you actually want to have more malt character than a standard West Coast IPA because of the black. You just don't want roast. You want some of the malt character to come through, but obviously still the hops should be the forefront.
I like this though. It's very tasty.
Beautiful.
And
It's black.
Yeah, it's a light black.
Yeah.
I mean, I'd go, if I'm judging it, I'd go dark brown, but
and unfortunately, well, I mean,
which is fine.
it
by
could
the
be
way.
good, it could be bad, but the unfortunate thing is that like this is gonna end up at the table with like 8 Nipas.
Yeah.
That
4 years ago.
6 of them are probably terrible. And
Actually, to be honest with you, at Snark, they may break that out to a separate table.
yeah, that's possible.
With the number they get. with
That's
the size
possible.
entries.
The bigger regional competitions might have enough entries to do that.
But I tried to do that for beer, and I was close. I just didn't have enough of the other ones. Like, I didn't have enough of the non-New England IPAs
Yeah.
to do it.
Let's split off the New England IPAs. Oh shit, we've got 3 beers left.
Yeah, we had 4. Because we had 2 black IPAs, a red IPA, a rye IPA, and something
Well,
else.
there's 2 rye IPAs.
Oh, that was in 4 then.
Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah, because I drank those.
I know. I remember. Now, tell us, like, you had steeped the Black Prince for this, you had said?
Yeah. Yeah, no, 24 hours or so. And then did the yeast starter. Just USO 5. On stir plate for a day and a half or so.
Have you discovered the joy that is Malta?
No, you did mention it to me. I was like, but I'm, no.
I mean, honestly, I still don't do it just because, like,
Because
I like-
Compare isn't down the street from your house?
well, I try to fry past on the way home from work, so I mean, so base might as well be. But no, the real reason is I like the process of it. You know what I mean? Like it's kind of like getting a brew really quick. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
When I get over that, I'll probably start doing that.
No, I mean, for me, it's like it's fucking 8 o'clock at night.
Well, that's the thing.
I don't want to boil this thing now
Yeah.
and like wait till 10:30 because I'm usually asleep by
Yeah, I was
9:30.
gonna say you wake up earlier than I do, and you go to bed way earlier. I'm usually up until at least 10, if not 11. I really try to get into bed by 11.
It's like shit.
So-
I got to do this. Oh,
I usually brew on a Sunday, so on a Friday, when I get home, I'll start it up. And,
yeah, that works.
But I don't trust my stir plate that I have. I'm gonna do the fan trick just because I can trust a low voltage fan over 120.
We don't have to get into particular
Heated.
details, but based upon who your wife is, I'm shocked that you don't have a baller motherfucking stir plate.
Oh, like a shaker table.
Yeah.
No, a shaker table. Not even a stir plate. A shaker table.
They let me borrow it for the weekend
Oh.
when I brew, but it's it's a $1,500
Yeah.
heated stir plate.
Right.
But they're older. I'm like, and they had one go on fire recently at their facility. So
Yeah.
like when I went to bed, I unplugged it. I was like, I
Yeah.
can't try that. When I'm awake, I'll
It's like a
trust it.
toaster oven from the late 70s.
Yeah, no, it has the same smell. It's
You
like,
found the crock pot from Lost. From This Is Us. Lost. Jesus, where'd that come from?
yeah, I've seen that episode.
Yeah.
The first couple ones.
Yeah.
Yeah, I gave up on that show real quick. It was too virtue signaling.
Oh,
Kind of
yeah.
style, it's like got one of every character in it. You're like, I don't need this.
Yeah.
Are we talking about Lost or This Is Us?
This is us. This is us.
Lost at the beginning, I assume, has the same too.
Yeah.
I only got up.
The smoke monster eats them one by one.
That's
what
when
I
I,
hear.
that's when I stopped watching. I was like, I'm too scared for this.
I couldn't do it. We watched the first episode when my wife and I were dating. We watched the first episode, and I remember wanting to watch more. We just never did. And then out of nowhere, she picked it up when we moved in together and started watching it. And started watching it. I'm like, I can't watch this shit.
There's
What is
like,
this?
There's 5 billion episodes and they're all an hour long. You're like, you can't like binge watch 4 episodes in a night. You're like, all right, well now it's midnight and I gotta go to work tomorrow.
Right, and I'm scared to death.
Yeah. Well, it's like I gotta go outside. I gotta go turn on all the lights.
Why are there so many lens flares?
Oh yeah,
Damn you, JJ.
yeah. I think this will do pretty damn well in the competition. I think that it's very well balanced. It doesn't have any roast. Like I don't get any. All of the bitterness comes from the hops, which is what's supposed to happen.
Yeah, definitely the steeping
Yeah.
worked in your favor on that front.
Yeah. No. It was the second time I brewed this. This is the first time I've ever done like a second batch of beer. Usually I do a different style every time. This is the first time I've done it again. Just 'cause I knew it was a good beer, and I actually wanted brewing this for Bayfest and Wales and Ales.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I brewed that. And I was like, this one's a good one, so I might as well bring this. I want to bring something I don't know if it's going to be good or not.
And probably just for the 10-gallon batch, right?
Yep.
And then you had 5 for each.
Yep.
What I'm curious about, just from a brewing standpoint, like for instance, Greg and I at Bigger Brew Day at Great South Bay last weekend, we made a Black New England IPA, which is obviously in the same vein.
Mm-hmm.
We used my trademark Midnight Wheat. We put it in the last 20 minutes of the mash, just to like completely make sure that nothing get in there, even though we were using a pound of it, so it was a fair bit. Do you think that cold steeping it would go even further than just capping the mash, or do you think that it was basically the same thing?
No, cold steeping is definitely going to. Cold steeping is really just pulling the color out.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's black and inky. It's super viscous.
Because you don't get shit from it, like when that mash cap, and it's probably just because of how benign the Midnight Wheat actually is. But I was surprised. I thought I was going to get with a pound, even with only 20 minutes. I was positive.
I mean, and also, the Midnight Wheat too. Like the wheat doesn't have a husk, so that's where most of your like roasty, acrid flavors are coming from. So the Black Prince, I think, is debittered too. So
yeah, but the funny thing is, I've noticed that with Black Prince, which I've used in the oatmeal style for a while for that same reason. And again, I probably should have cold steeped at least some of what I was using, or something like that, or even capped the mash.
The Black Prince, I don't know if it's like the roast level on it, but it definitely it's kind of harsh. Yeah, it's kind of harsh.
500 Levabon or whatever it is.
Yeah.
Midnight Wheat's 550.
This has 2 pounds for the 10 gallons in it.
Yeah,
So,
that's basically what we did for the IPA.
Yeah, 1.5 gallons of water. Like motor oil.
Yeah.
Nice.
And it only goes in the last 15 minutes of the boil.
Yeah, okay, cool.
So Warlock and that.
That's neat.
Chiller. Everything all at once. God dang it.
Too many things.
I don't like doing 15-minute hop editions for that reason. I try to get them all in either before or for whatever reason. Once the chiller's in there, for 5 minutes, and I throw it in, I feel like the boils get back to being vigorous, and it doesn't all just get stuck right to the chiller.
This had a mound of hops because I think it's 13 or 14 ounces of hops in this for 10 gallons, which isn't a super large amount, but they were all 14, 15.
Which isn't a super large amount. I don't think Mark and I used 15 ounces of hops between the two of us last year.
For an IPA.
Pretty close.
10 gallons.
Maybe a little bit more.
No, we made the NEPA
with the
NanoCast.
chili. Yeah, you're right. That's true.
It was 7 ounces in that beer alone.
Yeah, that's true. So, in general, you said you like trash beers. I'm assuming you're just pointing towards the lighter ones, Pilsners, American Light Lagers.
And the trashiest version of those.
Yeah, I know. You're
Jenny Cream Ale,
right?
Jenny Light.
If Kevin were here right now, he'd smack you.
Yeah, that's all I drank before that. I didn't even like craft beer before I started brewing.
That's just a prejudice that he developed going to college.
Specifically for Jenny Cream Ale is my point.
Well, yeah,
exactly.
They said a little heavy, so I go for the light. Jenny Light.
Oh no!
You drink 30 of them in a day. You're camping or something. You wake up the next day, you're feeling great.
Yeah, you're
hydrated.
I'm hydrated. Yeah, exactly. I mean, what's funny to me is going through the Beer Judge class again. We're tasting all these styles again, and the trash beers. If you take the German versions of that, I'm still not down for American Light Lager. Though I will say Coors Banquet. I had Coors Banquet for the first time. That is not a fucking terrible beer. I don't want a lot of them. But that one experience, I was like, wow, this is actually flavorful.
Not even High Life.
What's that?
Not even High Life.
We didn't have High Life. No, they got Coors Banquet.
Banquet is actually not that bad. When you get to little pony bottles or whatever, we were in Montana at 9,000 feet above sea level. I'm like, this tastes even better. That's all they had,
Yeah, right.
I've actually been getting into a kick, and I'll shout out John DeSpirito because he pretty much made me think about it. He loves Pilsners and very classic German styles and Czech Pale lagers and shit like that, European lagers. And after drinking them in the first class when we did the examples, I'm gonna have to maybe make one of those. It's totally unlike me to even think about doing that. But the idea of the crispness and the kind of crackery malt character, I was really into it. I had a Radenberger Pilsner yesterday after I played golf. That was phenomenal. The stupid little tap handle hidden behind the monster tap handles that are trying to garner everybody's attention.
Right.
And I'm I went like this, and I just move my head to the side a little bit, and I just see this little tiny tap handle that says Radenberger. I'm like, that's what I want. The bartender's like, oh, I'm so glad somebody ordered this. He goes, we need to sell more of this. I love this beer. So.
That's generally why I like lighter beers too. Is like going fishing or golfing. You're like, oh, you're gonna need beer per hole kind of deal. And you do that with craft beer. You're like dead by, halfway through. You're like, oh.
Yeah, my buddy was drinking took wave chasers while we were playing golf. I was excited about that because he's a little bit better than I am. By the 12th hole, no, he's not.
Yeah. Well, that's my thing. Is like I can go 1 through 6 pack. Like I'm terrible. 6 through 8, 9, I'm good. And then I'm like tired, sweaty. I'll grab another ball.
I'm gonna put together I'll put together a golf outing for the Homebrew Club. So you'll have to. We'll come see that in person.
Yeah, that'll be a dumpster fire.
No, listen. It is going to be a hot mess.
I'm going to show up with Bud Lights.
It's going to be me and Kevin McKenna leading the charge on that one. So we have another beverage you've made. What do we got now?
Steinbrew, which is not really particularly made by me, but hopped and yeast by me.
Well, this is the whole thing where the fermentation is probably the most difficult part of brewing, I think.
Oh, so he actually marks with a Sharpie on it what the fuck it is.
Oh, really?
His system is not just the caps.
Oh, yeah. You know what's funny? My favorite part is when we use cap colors, and I think it's blue, and he thinks it's purple, or some other colors that's happened with. Pretty much just blue and purple, right? There wasn't another one, was it?
No, it's pretty much just blue and purple.
And we're like, what the hell? Or you rummage through boxes that you think are bottles, and then you open it up, and you go, when the fuck did I use?
That's the thing,
caps?
because his office is close to my house, so occasionally I'll be like, hey, because I'm not before a meeting, I'm not coming all the way to Patchogue to go back to Comac or some shit like that. So I'd be like, hey man, can you I forgot to grab this, can you stop at my house, grab it from the box, it's the one with the blue caps.
Yeah.
Well, no, I'd say it's the one with the purple caps, right. And then he's like, there are no purple caps, what the fuck are you talking about?
Yeah, I'm like, I only see blue caps. He's like, we don't use blue caps. I'm like, I'm looking at them.
Generally speaking, I only bottle for going to events or bottle shares, stuff like that, or something like this. So I'll know that all my beers are in, a keg, and towards the end of the keg, I'll just bottle all those up. So I know, hey, I bottled all that, so I use this cap.
Gotcha.
But when it's I have to go somewhere now, and I'm bringing, 3 or 4 different beers, that's when I usually mark the caps with a Sharpie. But I don't want to mark the competition ones, because then I got to get rid of the Sharpie mark or whatever. So it's remember that color of the bottle, and, which won't work out in my favor one day. But
later, if you want, I can show you Justin's Nightmare that's on the shelf over there. Because it's all the bottle caps.
Oh, Jesus fucking Christ. Yeah, I have to leave if you show that. Oh, no. There's there's 300 or 400 bottle caps in there.
No, it's definitely more than that. But
and they're all mixed together. The colors are all mixed. No.
Because I bought up a bunch of caps when Arbor was closing because I don't think I had kegs yet when they were going out.
You were
so
just
I was
I'll
get some I'll get some caps, and then I put the bags in the little bin to keep my shit organized, and I can get way more fucking shit in here if I take them out of the bag. So I just cut all the bags open and dump them in loose.
I walked downstairs, I had a seizure, I fell to the ground, and he's like, why? And I just went like this. I just pointed at him. Oh, can't do it.
It doesn't bother me with the caps, but my assortment of Sharpie highlighters at work, the 10, God. I have to put them in the order of the visible light spectrum.
See, I have the.
This is why we're friends. We both have really weird, fucked up things.
I have the scented markers at home. I gotta start using them in bottles. Mr. Snister, there they are. Mr. Sketch. The ones that are scented different things. I work in a school, so.
So before we drink this, I want to describe it to people. I want to explain how this is made.
Peach is the porter. Apricot is the stout.
Thanks. That's gonna be helpful. So basically, if you haven't listened to a previous podcast where we talked about it, the process is simple. We mash in like normal, and then we put the wort, is it wort? Yeah, it's wort at that point. We put the wort into a barrel, and then we heat up Belgian block in a fire, and we drunkenly drop a basket full of this Belgian block into the wort, and we boil it. And it's a lot of fun to boil it over, so we usually do it a couple times, and that produces terrible flavor. Which is why we lovingly refer to most of them as ashtray beers, because they are very smoky usually, and at least mine was. And I made the terrible decision.
Yours was...
Well, mine was terrible, of fermenting it with a Belgian yeast. So we should probably not use a phenolic yeast the next time I do this.
No,
probably not going to bother.
Yeah.
But
What, K97 or whatever, which is the German...
That's Kolsch yeast. Yeah.
Something like that. The green one.
Yeah. that Pete Tripp would call that a trash yeast. He gave me 3 packets of that, and he's like, "This yeast is terrible." And I'm like, "I love that yeast for when I do Berliner Weisses."
I think it produces actually a pretty decent beer.
No, yours tastes way better than Justin's did.
Mine was really bad.
I don't think he even offered it to me.
No, I didn't bring it. I dumped it. I wouldn't bring it anywhere. It was horrible. Mark was aggressively hating on it, and I was mad. But the reason I was mad is he was right. That was the frustrating part of the whole thing. He got it like close to his face, and I think just out of respect, he took a tiny sip to see maybe he was wrong. He just put it down and went, "No."
Yeah, I can't tell if I smoked a cigar on the way here or the ashiness has calmed down a little bit over the 9 months or whatever.
No, it hasn't. But yours has a light, like Rausch beer sort of character to it. It's not aggressive or attacking the back of my throat. It definitely has that. You would think this was made with smoked malt, without question, if you didn't know that it was boiled with rocks.
Yeah, like this is relatively enjoyable. Like, it's pretty crisp. It's got a little bit of smoke in it. It's like, I mean, it's keeping the same general characteristics as Justin's, but being on complete opposite end of the spectrum as far as drinkability.
Yeah, and that's really the neutral nature of the yeast you use.
Justin's tasted like you took my aunt's ashtray from like 1990, put it in a bucket, and then topped it up with some water, and then poured it into a glass. That's what his tasted like.
It was pretty bad.
That's an old can sitting outside with the cigarette butts in it.
Yeah, it wasn't good. But you know what? I didn't really make it.
Yeah, no, I put, what was it, Bravo hops, was it? Or we were talking about it the other day. I think it was Bravo.
I think so.
Yeah. When I pitched yeast, I threw, an ounce of Bravo in it.
Just like as a dry hop, basically?
Yeah, kind of fermentation.
Well, actually,
high Kreuzen-esque.
Well, the truth is that was probably a really good idea because, the Steinbrew sat around hot, in that little danger zone for a fair bit of time.
Well,
yeah.
I took it home, it was still hot. I waited till the next, left the bucket closed till the next day. Nothing was happening, so I was like, nothing's alive in there. And then I dosed it.
I pretty much blame Steinbrew for
Sometimes that works out. Like, I get, like, some of the hand grenades people, like the Coney Island wort share, that didn't get around to do anything with the wort for, like, 2 weeks.
Oh, yeah.
That was concerning to me.
Well, even, like, last year, I think Greg said he got some, and he couldn't do it for, like, 3 or 4 days. And he went out in the garage or something. Maybe it wasn't Greg. Maybe it was somebody else. And it was at least somebody. I think it might have been Greg. It was Greg telling me. I don't remember if it was him specifically or not. Maybe he can call in and breathe into the microphone and decipher whether it was him or not. And it started fermenting. Like, in the keg, it just started fermenting. Like, it's just a release price. But that's gone. I think that the Steinbrew last year is what fucked up that one fermenter that I used for that god-awful cider.
The bubbler?
Yeah. I think that's what inoculated that with some sort of foulness.
I definitely reused this bucket, so.
Yeah, I'm not. Yeah,
well, it could have been my.
Who knows? Oh,
coconut.
Could have been the coconut. Yeah, it's true. Good. Could have.
Could be the magic of the coconut.
The malt flavor on this also still comes through. It still has a light caramel and kind of a toasty malt character. I really enjoy it.
I think they mentioned it's like all Vienna malt or something like that when I was asking.
Munich. It was 100% Munich.
Yeah. Usually, I think.
Yeah, it's usually we should put a sack of Munich in. Maybe we'll do something a little weird this year.
We're gonna need
hot dogs,
multiple mash tuns this year.
No, I think I worked that out. I think I figured out how we're gonna be able to do it without doing that. I think I procured something.
Sorry, I can do 20 gallons of over with my system, whatever.
Yeah, I mean, if we need to do that, I can do. We just need water. We just need to be able to mash. So I can do like 12, somewhere between 12 and 15 gallons. And you can do that same thing, and then within that we have plenty between the three of us. So it'll happen. The other thing we're doing is we're only going to. I think we're only going to have enough for the people who want it. Considering I'm not super interested in just having a barrel sitting in my backyard fermenting.
Well, that might be cool too. See what happens.
No.
Yeah, you don't have a brewery license that you can sell that shit.
Yeah, no, I'm not into it. So, what do you think of the Steinbrew?
I mean, again, like, Bryan's... I like Bryan's a lot. It is the antithesis of yours.
Still fucked it up, but that's okay. Yes, it is.
I got closer, though.
You were more in the ballpark. What we didn't do that we made Greg Kelly do, and I'd be remiss if we didn't make you do it.
Made him rate his own beer?
Yeah, we have to rate your beer. And thankfully, you are a valued watcher, not even just listener. You watch our fucking idiot faces talk about this.
It's the only reason YouTube doesn't.
Just
YouTube isn't like, no, we want to save our space for
I'm
something
the
else.
only comment of all time too. I think.
Comment frequently.
Yeah.
So let's go back to the first beer, the coconut porter. I'm gonna you're gonna rate all of them first, so we don't taint you. But how would you rate it on our fucked up system? Which I think for the first time in 60 episodes or some shit, I'm gonna go over right now. We haven't done that in a long motherfucking time.
I think it's more recent than you think it is.
Yeah, I don't know.
So I'm gonna go bomber for the choke rock. It's a little heavy. It's like kind of like a desserty kind of beer. It's a little thick.
Yeah, little pastry stout like, little foreshadowing for a future episode.
You're not drinking gallons of it.
No.
Black IPA, I can drink gallons of though. That's
All right, well go ahead. Then we'll do this that way. You rate the black IPA now.
Black IPA definitely gallons and.
So you're going full keg on that?
Yeah.
Okay.
Maybe a commercial size cake of it. And then
Don't be Kevin right now.
Yeah.
No custom ones. I know you're a guest, but
and then Steinbrew definitely just a glass.
Just a pint? Okay.
No, not even a pint.
Oh, taster?
Yeah, just a taster.
Oh wow! All right.
Just because it doesn't age well on the palate. I feel like the more you drink it, the less you like it. That's why you deal give people a couple ounces and like more like, yeah, we made those hot rocks. Take a sip, like, oh, this is great. Like, here's another beer.
Yeah.
Like, don't ever give them multiple glasses of it.
Well, listen, it's no.
That's why I still have it.
It's no 2011 Steinbrew, but
I had to drink that
I know you did.
Everybody does.
Yeah. I was the dumbass who thought it was an honor.
with like the weird brass sitting on the top. Like, what is this? It's probably got lead in it. It's probably not a good idea.
Sure does. All right, Mark. How about you?
So the chocolate coconut porter is a bomber for me. The black IPA, I'm gonna go with pint just because IPAs aren't really my thing, but it is very good and like that's if that was on tap at a brewery somewhere, like when I went to that brewery, I'd probably have a pint of it and then have something else that they have. Like, but I do enjoy it, but I don't. For my palate, I can't have more than one. And then your Steinbrew, that's going to be a pint for me as well. I think it's pretty drinkable. I just don't know if I want the second glass.
Yeah, exactly. Wouldn't offer to you.
I'll also go bomber on the coconut. I'm going to go bomber on the black IPA. I really enjoy it. I find myself enjoying really well done IPAs of all styles a lot more recently. I think the lupulin creep is starting to set in. And I'm able to tolerate hops and hoppier beers and more bitter beers better than I used to.
Not sure how much of it is lupulin shift and how much of it is brewers just like bringing bitterness back because they want to sell more beer.
Huh, maybe.
I noticed in Asheville, it's all West Coast style IPA still. You're like, all right, can we get something that's like drinkable? Like you like I can't have a pint of this.
I feel like a place like that, they really hold out for the old school IPA.
Yeah.
And then for the Steinbrew, I'm gonna go pint on that as well. I'm gonna take more for the pint. We're gonna rate that better than you did. I enjoy drinking it. I think it's akin, like I said, to drinking a mild Roush beer in the sense that if you're not into something that's smoked, you're gonna fucking hate it.
Yeah.
But if you can tolerate it a little bit and you want to be adventurous, it's definitely there.
All these styles aren't really beers that I necessarily love. Like the styles that I'd like to brew, just what I happen to have left over. Obviously, because I drank all the stuff I like. I was gone. I was actually telling the wife this morning that I need to brew soon, just because I got nothing left.
I do too, but like I have the worst fucking luck. So for Father's Day, I used my brewing kettle to sous vide the cowboy steaks that my mother-in-law had got. And then I went to clean it out, and I had it kettle full with PBW, and I heated it up, and I was letting it sit. And then my Whirlpool port decided that it was just going to start leaking. So, like,
my favorite part was when you rested the hose on it, and it moved a 1/16 of an inch, yet it started pouring out of it like...
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
When I did my Whirlpool port, I did the one with like the long stem from the top. Like one less hole below one line is better. For me, it was a little more dollars than the one that you just put at whatever height. But I was like,
we can't do that because we have a basket.
Yeah, and I have to have the basket in my kettle
when he's gelling
to support the chiller. Otherwise, the chiller will be sitting directly on the boil coil, which I don't think is probably in my best interest.
No, especially not full of water. The weight would be a lot in there.
So that started leaking, and then also at some point I set the kettle down where the I guess the receptacle for the power plug was on the temp probe cable, and it like broke the cable.
This is the second temp cable that you've broken.
Yes, it is the second temp cable I have broken. So I went onto Auber's website. I'm like, oh, I'm going to order a replacement part. Well, after it took me like 45 minutes to find the fucking thing because their website is organized like a fucking terrible
It's organized
piece of
like
shit.
it's organized like you organize bottle caps.
I feel like it has slightly more organization than that. But, so I ordered the thing, and then I'm like, alright, it's coming on Saturday. So I get the envelope yesterday and open it up. I pull out the cable. I'm like, what the fuck is this shit? Because it is not.
A clear braided cable with 2 RTD connections on each side. This one has 1 RTD connection. It is white. And then it has a temp probe at the end.
I'm like, what the fuck?
And behind it is words that say, like, X foot cable braided with 2 RTD connections. And it's like, who did this?
And it was packed by somebody and then checked by somebody else based on the initials on the packing slip. I'm like, fucking Christ. So I emailed over and being like, yeah, this is not what I ordered. And because it was Saturday, I'm assuming I'm not going to hear back until tomorrow at least.
Probably.
See, luckily I have an Amazon basic brewing system. I ordered all of my parts off Amazon and built it off of Amazon.
We probably could have found this particular thing on Amazon. It's fairly common, but like I know Auburn's really good quality. I've ordered most of my stuff from them, and on top of that, I'm 95% sure that that's who High Gravity, the system is, bought their shit from. So
Definitely.
That's the one frustrating part of having, like, say, an electric system or something like that. Is it beyond, if all you used was still the propane, like, there's other than the Whirlpool issue that you had, there's very few things that can go wrong with that. Whereas on our end, obviously, so far this year, you've had you've had that, and I had my system eat itself. That was fun.
But like, for whatever reason, when I order shit for home brewing,
Worse luck.
they send me the wrong crap. And it's not just like one company. Like this shit happens all the time. Like
I told them
I ordered quick disconnects for more beer, and I ordered the female half, and they shipped me the male. And I'm like, I emailed More Beer's customer service. I'm like, this doesn't look like a female coupling to you, does it?
They don't see gender.
Yeah.
The transgender coupling.
But like this is the second time in like a year that this shit has happened to me.
I did the Brewer's Hardware or whatever for all of my like
Yeah, that's what I used to.
fittings and stuff like that, which it was nice. Like
Brewer's Hardware or Brew Hardware?
Guy in New Jersey, I think.
Yeah,
That's Brew Hardware.
Yeah, they're great, and I will say that if you call them, they'll sit there on the phone with you, figure out what you fucking need. The problem is, if some shit is out of stock, if something's popular, it's rough. And that's what Mark ran into with the Whirlpool.
No, that's Brewer's Hardware.
Oh, sorry, yeah. They also have that problem though, Brew Hardware. I've noticed they have a lot of times things are on back order.
Oh yeah, well, like
all the things I want.
I was like, well, I have this
Yeah.
gift card that I picked up at the beer competition. I'm like, and I looked at the website. I'm like, well, I guess and I was looking, and I'm like, I didn't see anything that would be useful to me. So I was like, all right, well, I guess when it's time to replace the silicone tubing again, like I'll get it from there. And then I was like, oh, and then this shit happened with the Whirlpool port.
Most of these beers are over like 7% or everything.
I'm pretty sure it's
Mark actually speaks better after like.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure this
nerves.
is lack of sleep. But
Cocaine's a hell of a drug.
yeah, so I look on their website and I find the weldless bulkhead, and it's like backward until the end of June. I'm like,
It's almost
all right,
June.
well, it's like a week and a half. I can deal with that. So I order it, and then like the next day or something like that, somebody from customer service emails me, and they're like, oh, hey, I saw your order, but I just wanted to let you know that it's not going to be in stock until the end of August. And I'm like, I saw the end of June when I ordered it. The end of August is a different story altogether. Like, can I cancel it? And then what happens with the gift card? So They
They have to
canceled
send you a
it.
new
They
gift
refunded me. They issued me a new gift card. So I'm all good on that front. So I guess I'm waiting to use that until I need new silicone tubing.
It's an intended purchase.
Yes.
Getting, yeah.
So, speaking of next brew, you said you probably brew one of your wheelhouse beers next, like a cream ale or something.
I'm probably gonna do like some sort of smash beer because I have 8 ounces of like a Zaka. I'm like, I might as well just make smash. If we're gonna use all one hop, just might as well keep it all one grain kind of deal. Also get a discount on grain when I buy that.
Do you have any Galaxy? Because I'm pretty sure that like it's worth more than gold right now.
Yeah, I think that's I saw it was almost $50 a pound.
All I have, I stocked up on Citra. I like Liberty a lot. I don't know why. Probably because the first beer I ever brewed had Liberty in it. It's also just like a standard.
It's a Noble-esque hop, right? Like
Yeah.
American Noble.
American
Wheat.
Noble. Yeah.
It's based on like the German
Tau?
Yeah,
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
It's just like the American version of that. So
Interesting.
That was like the first cream ale that I made was with that. So that's when I tried to just use that. I use it for bittering sometimes. You have to use the shit thing because it's only like 5% or something like that.
Right.
So the lemon wheat beer, it's got some grassy notes to it. Some lemon from the Liberty. So I just use that for bittering, and then I use lemon drop at the end at like a hop stand.
See, when I do cream ales, I go really old school and I use cluster.
We should use cluster in the bearded guard.
At home I have growing.
Clusterfuck.
I have Columbus. Oh God, so many. Willamette.
Thank you.
Chinook.
I was drinking.
Comet.
I know.
I think one other one that I have growing at home.
I like Comet. That's become one of my my favorite hops to use. If on the rare case where I've made like 2 times, I've made an IPA. Comet was a non-aggressive citrus, like grapefruit type citrus that I could put in there.
Yeah, that's the first year plant, so I'm not probably gonna get a lot out of that one. But
Yeah.
all my other plants are already starting to bud, which is crazy because it's still so early. But
Yeah, I tried growing hops along the side of my garage a couple of years ago, and it didn't go well because they didn't get enough sun. But I don't want to put them in my backyard because my dogs are idiots and they eat grass all the time, and I don't want them to die.
mine are in my front yard. All my neighbors are like, "You growing pot?" I'm like,
Yeah.
no, they're hops. I swear. They're right in my front yard, and I have like big, 15-foot long ropes hanging off.
Oh yeah.
With a big, like 10, 12-foot tall pipe with like a board going across it, like to balance them all out.
So I wanted to drink this beer with Brian. It is from a brewing company called Green Man. It's called Hop Hustler, and it's an experimental ale because this was among the set of beers that you had brought us back from Asheville. And can you tell everybody why you brought it back?
Because it actually reminds me of the beer that I made for the Beer Expo, the one that I won first place with. It tastes extremely similar to that.
So what kind of beer was that?
It was originally a cream ale that I wanted to just douse in with Citra.
Nice.
And you and
So it was a pale ale.
that's why I put it in a pale ale.
Yeah, we had drank it at a bottle share. Greg and I were like, put this in pale. This would be phenomenal. This would be really good.
You guys got me in the competitions, which is really annoying because now I'm like, look, I'm 5 for 5 right now on Long Island. I've placed in all of the competitions I've entered, besides
Nice.
the pro-ams. I don't count those because
Yeah.
they're somewhat subjective, I feel like, but that's just me.
They run like every other competition. I can promise you.
Every competition becomes subjective.
That's exactly what I was about to say. They run like every other
Yeah.
competition, which is there's definitely a level of subjectivity
So
to it.
the only one I didn't place in was Croydon Cup in Hudson Valley. But that beer, when I sent it out, was literally just a corn bomb.
Oh, okay.
Because the flaked maize, I got really good efficiency, and it was very corny. There's no lack of a better term, but I knew when I sent those out, it was the only beer I had ready. So I was like, well, see what happens.
Yeah. No, that happens sometimes.
But if I put it in a cream ale category, it probably would have been fine. Like that.
It might have been over.
But then it would have
Been better.
yeah, it would have probably scored better.
Yes, this is a relatively hazy, we got pale yellow. Got a really interesting head to it. Very rocky for a pale beer. Kind of mix of large and white bubbles. Tons of lacing.
I didn't give myself a jetting pour, so
Yeah.
I got no head. All I got is metallic flavor.
You get the
No pickle farts.
pickle parts. That was a great
Or
explanation.
baby pew.
Yeah. The aroma is very hoppy. It's got a kind of a mix of grassy, maybe a little bit of citrus in the back, like a lemon-like citrus. Oh yeah.
Yeah, I'd agree with that.
This is crisp and tasty though. This is straight up lawnmower beer. Like
That's, I think it's 6.5 or something like that, too.
Oh, awesome.
Nope, sorry, lied 48.
Oh, I was gonna say, at 6'5", 6'5", I could be doing some figure eights on my lawnmower, just like fucking driving around.
This guy's showing off on my own tractor.
I pay somebody to do it right now.
Yeah.
Use the white privilege over here.
I think I'm gonna pay. I think I'm gonna pay for somebody to do my parents' lawn, so I don't have to keep driving.
I pay somebody to cut my grass so I can farm my front lawn.
Yeah, exactly. I'm like, at a certain point, it's gonna be like, why am I spending $30? I could just start the lawnmower and leave it in one spot.
Maybe next year. I have more beds to build before that happens.
Yes. So is this? I mean, I know that I drank the beer that you were referring to in terms of this reminding you, but like, how close do you remember this being to what you made?
Not at all, because it's been a year.
Oh, you don't remember? Okay, yeah.
And I haven't really been able to reproduce that first one again, because I built a new system.
Right.
So, like, I was doing direct fire recirculation. Now I have a Herm system. And I feel like my efficiency went from like 70%, 75%, so where I get like 85 to 90% now efficiency.
The last batch I brewed, I got 80. I was way over.
Well, I'm also...
And I was right on volume, too. I thought this whole time I was boiling off too much and low on volume, and the volume was right to the fermenter, was right at 5.5. It freaked me out.
Well, was always doing like single infusion style, like, because like most beer programs like don't have single infusion or like something else. I'm like, whatever, I'll keep the water started in there, let it cool down. Like, but I have the ability to control my own heat. Why am I doing this to myself?
Yeah, seriously.
I got started doing like protein rest, acidification, and then regular mash temp. But
especially for the type of beers you like to brew, the lighter beers.
Yeah,
that's one of the big things every time anybody comes over mine or Mark's house and sees us brew. We're like 152 and we like walk away. And everyone's like, the fuck? Like,
yeah.
What am I doing?
I only need a couple $100 more worth of fittings and stuff. I built my beer stand. Now I built a controller panel already, and that control panel is going to control a solenoid for a propane valve. That's going to adjust my heat for me on my hot liquor tank, which my coils obviously, and so I can adjust my temperature that way. So it's one of those things my wife always says, like, you never finish projects. All I do is start them, get to about 98%, and then never finish them. So right now I just have my 2-burner set up my old school underneath my current stand, and I just do it that way. And
it works.
I built the control panel and everything already. Like, I did the hard part. Now I really just need one solenoid.
You did the fun part.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I find is that, I have part of the project that I really want to do, and then I do it. And it was the same thing with my kettle, although I took a whole week off from work to do it, so I made sure I got it all done. Yeah. But the drilling my kettle and all that other stuff, I was like,
I did that after work each day, like, yeah, exactly.
And then you're back,
all right, first step.
Right, exactly.
And then you go one over, and you're like, son of a biscuit.
I was paranoid about it because everyone's always freaking out, and I almost bought the special thing where like the punch. Yeah. I almost bought the punches. If the punches weren't like $75 for each size, if they were even $20 or $25 a size, I would have just bought the punches because it would have made a nice clean hole. I wouldn't have to file it, but whatever.
Who files it?
Listen, I just refiled it because I shredded an O-ring.
That's what she said.
I don't know if that works. Does that work?
That sounds painful.
Yeah, seriously. I don't know. I just like my whole butt shriveled up when I heard that.
A little percolation.
All right. On that note, thank you very much for coming on. Thank you very much for the beer that we're still going to work through in future episodes.
No problem.
I'm glad that we could abscond you. I know that a number of people in the club have come up being on, I really fucking like that guy. Where did he come from? But I like taking a little piece of credit for you joining.
It was mostly Dan. He said I get a 10% discount if I join the club.
Nice. Well, thank you, Dan. I appreciate it. And again, thank you very much.
No problem.
Thanks.
If you enjoyed Beertastic Voyage, please be sure to subscribe wherever you get your podcasts, and don't forget to review and rate us. The guys can be found online at www.beertasticvoyage.com, on Facebook at www.facebook.com/beertasticvoyage, and Twitter and Instagram at Beertastic Show, or send them a good old-fashioned email at beertasticvoyage@gmail.com. Thanks for listening, and cheers for local beers.